today, I thought we were doing all these healthy meals, and I've already done the everything salmon with Jillian and Bert. So I thought I'm going to show them one of my favorite, and it's just balanced food. I mean, it's not too rich, but it does have a little heavy cream in it. One of my favorite new go-tos for pastas. We're going to make our own homemade turkey or chicken sausage, and we're going to pair it up with a caramelized onion and roasted garlic sauce. Beyond. If you put this sauce on my arm, I would probably take a bite. That's how good it is. So we're going to start with roasted garlic, and heads up, around the holidays, there's so many dips and spreads you can use roasted garlic in. Why don't you make a whole bunch of it? Like roast up 5 or 6 heads, bulbs of garlic rather than just one, because it freezes beautifully. You can paste it and turn it into anything. Even just slathered on crispy bread right out of the oven, it's so delicious. So to make the roasted garlic, of course, you put the oven on 400, 4 1/4. You put a whole bulb of garlic with the ends cut to expose all the cloves on a little piece of foil wrap. Then you drizzle it with a little olive oil and season it up with some salt and pepper. Wrap it up and pop it into the oven and roast it for about 40 minutes or so until it's nice and tender, golden and sweet. So while he's in the oven roasting, I'm also going to caramelize my onions. So you're working over medium heat. You don't want the sugars in the onions to develop and darken the edges before the onions have time to get very, very soft and sweet. So it should take about a half an hour for 2 large onions. Your pan's gonna start out really full, but they'll cook way, way down as they go low and slow until they get nice and sugary and deeply caramel in color. I've got 1 fresh bay leaf in there with the onions. And I have the onions sort of wilting down in 4 tablespoons of butter. Season those up with salt and pepper. So now while the garlic is in the oven and the onions are working, we can go ahead and move on to how you make the sausage. Now I say how you make because you would want to make this several hours ahead, the morning of the night you want to serve, or up to 2 days ahead, so the flavors really marry into your homemade sausage. So you can start out with 1 pound of ground turkey or chicken, or you could use pork, that's fine too. People are always asking me for more and more ground turkey recipes though, that's why I chose turkey. But it works well with pork, of course. So 1 pound of meat in your mixing bowl. To that, we're gonna add a little fresh chopped rosemary, a couple of stems. Season them up with salt and pepper. And then because Thanksgiving is coming around and I buy poultry seasoning every year, even though I have a ton of it already in the cupboard, I decided this is a great use up for poultry seasoning. Only add this if you're using, of course, turkey or chicken. If you're using pork, substitute ground sage. You're gonna put in half a palmful or about 1.5 teaspoons of your poultry seasoning. Powdered or dried is fine. Half a palmful of fennel seeds, because you're making sausage. Half a palmful of sweet paprika. Now that's sweet, so I'm going to give it some heat with half a palmful of crushed red pepper flake, and I'm going to lightly recrush them in the palm of my hand to sort of wake them up. I've got the salt and the pepper in there. I'm going to add in some garlic, 3 or 4 cloves, finely chopped or grated. And then you just take all of your rings off and get in there and mix that base together really, really well. Then put this into a plastic food storage wrap or a plastic food baggie and throw it in the fridge and let those flavors permeate through the meat. I'll meet you right back here and I'll show you the rest in a couple.